guys, welcome to workout number 6 of the Real Simple Workout Series. This one's called something different because we're doing a different movement today. We're doing as many reps as possible in a 20-minute workout. So we're going to be running through 2 different rounds of 4 different exercises. We're going to be working for 2 minutes and then resting 30 seconds after each exercise that we do. Obviously the movements are different depending on whether you're doing beginner, intermediate or advanced, but let's get into it. Awesome, so we'll start with our advanced workout for today. The first movement that we're running through is 2 minutes of reverse burpees. This is a new movement. This is a movement that most people won't have done before. It is essentially a burpee but on your back. So all we need to do is lie down on the floor and stand up and jump up to our feet at the top. So a repetition, it doesn't matter what happens in between, as long as we have our shoulder blades touch the floor at the bottom and that we are standing at the top of the movement. So coming down onto your back, up to your feet and standing. Okay, that's an example of a repetition. Again, it doesn't matter how you get down, it doesn't matter how you get up. It may look different for every single person, but that's what the reverse burpee is. So a great movement, obviously, for getting up off the floor and doing it many, many, many times. So 2 minutes, maximum repetitions of reverse burpees. After that, we will rest for 30 seconds. In that time period, write down your scores so that you can keep a tally of where you're at. Second movement for the advanced guys is diamond sit-ups. So our diamond sit-ups, starting on the floor with the soles of our feet together, we come down to the ground, touch the ground above our head, and then touch our toes at the top. Touch ground, touch our toes. Touch the ground, touch our toes. As many reps in 2 minutes of our diamond sit-ups. Of course, 30-second rest. And then movement number 3. Movement number 3 is push-ups with an overhead clap. So we set up our push-up on our toes, we come to the bottom, we clap above our head, and then we press back up at the top. That's 1 repetition. We're going through as many as we can in the 2-minute time period. We then rest for 30 seconds. And then our final movement that we run through is alternating lunges. The only catch with the alternating lunges is that every 2 reps equals 1 rep. So if we do 1 on our left, 1 on our right, that equals 1 repetition. So just keep that in mind when we're scoring for today's workout. We are able to step backwards for these lunges, or alternatively we can step forwards. Both is okay. Just remember that 1 rep is a rep on the left and a rep on the right. We'll rest for 30 seconds and then we'll run through that whole thing again because it's for 2 rounds. Remember to write down your score as you go. Remember to keep on top of the numbers and enjoy the rest because it'll go pretty quick, especially if we're running things down. That's the workout. Alright guys, so our intermediate version of the workout, the movements are very much the same. There's only a couple of slight changes, but the structure is exactly the same. So 2 minutes of work, 30 seconds of rest of 4 different movements, and we go through that twice, so 2 rounds. First movement, exactly the same as the advanced guys, is reverse burpees. The only standard that we have for reverse burpees is we start in a standing position, and then we have to have our shoulders or our shoulder blades touch the floor at the bottom. Okay? Doesn't matter how you are down here, as long as your shoulder blades are touching the floor, and then you're rocking back forwards onto your feet to stand up. You can get up however you like, you can get down however you like, but 1 repetition is going to the floor and coming back up to your feet. Okay? 2 minutes maximum repetitions and then a 30-second rest. And then our next movement is diamond sit-ups, the same as the advanced guys. So, soles of the feet go together, we touch the floor above our head, and then we touch our toes at the top. Okay? Again, same thing, 2 minutes max reps, and then a 30-second rest. Our next movement is knee push-ups with an overhead clap. So for our intermediate guys today, we get to do the push-ups on our knees, so we get to do more repetitions. So coming down, touching or clapping, and then pressing up at the top. Make sure you're busting out a lot of reps there because we are doing them on our knees, so you should be able to really grind through a lot of different repetitions. Then a 30-second rest, and then our next movement is alternating lunges. For this movement, guys, we are able to step forwards into our lunge, or if you would prefer, you are able to step backwards into the lunge. Both are totally fine. Just remember that a rep on the left and a rep on the right equals 1 repetition. So we have to do left, right, that's 1 rep, and so on and so forth as we count this workout. And then we do a 30-second rest, and then we will repeat the whole process again. Remember to count your numbers and your scores. Keep a cumulative total. Your overall score is going to be a total of all of the numbers added up. Enjoy this workout. We have the beginner's chair. Beautiful chair. Okay, awesome guys. So our beginner version of today's workout, the structure is exactly the same, but the movements change a little bit again. So the first movement that we're running through is sit to stands. So our only standard for this movement is we need to sit down on the floor and stand back up. Rather than having to lie down on the floor and have our shoulder blades touch, I just have to have my butt touch the floor and then stand back up. So, for example, it could be coming down, sitting, back into standing. That's 1 repetition. And in 2 minutes, we're trying to get as many reps as we can out. If alternatively you struggle to get all the way down to the ground, and we need to work on more range of movement and some strength to get there, then what we can do instead is just sit down onto a chair and then stand back up, okay? Or even better again would be to find somewhere in between, so something even a little bit lower than this chair, for example, but not quite as low as the ground. So like a low stool or a step to sit down onto and stand back up, okay? As long as it's testing you, as long as you feel like it's making you a little bit better at getting up off the floor, that's what the idea of the movement is. After 2 minutes maximum reps there, we do a 30-second rest, and then we are running through our second movement, which is heel taps. This is a core movement. So what we want to do is start in the bottom of a sit-up, a standard sit-up. And what I want to do is crunch up as much as I can, or as much as my body lets me, and then I'm crunching across to touch my heels, okay? Very similar to the lunges, every second tap equals 1 repetition. So it would be 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Making sure here that we stay crunched, okay? Don't have your heels too far away, because then it's going to be too hard to reach them, but don't have them so close that you'll just be able to do those ones. So somewhere in between, so that you have to work a little bit for it. And if you can't get all the way there, guys, just crunch up and then just coming side to side as much as you can, okay? That's our second movement, and then a 30-second rest. Next movement is scaled knee push-ups, okay? So you can scale these however you need to the level that you're at. But an example of this movement is setting up your push-up and then just doing a partial push-up. You're not yet able to do full range of movement, just going as low as you can go. Or alternatively, like we like to do with our beginner's chair, is we can do our push-ups with our hands elevated, so up a bit higher, and then hopefully this way we can bring our chest all the way down and press it out at the top, okay? Play around with the height of your hands if you need to, but we want it to be challenging but not impossible, alrighty? Then we do a 30-second rest as normal, and then our final movement is our scaled alternating lunges. So, what I would like to do for this movement, and how I set up for a lot of people starting out or still developing that strength, is a chair on each side so I can grip onto them. Okay, that way what I can do, if I'm gripping onto a chair, is I can step forwards and then come back. And if I need help, I've got the help there of the handles of the chair. Also, if I don't feel too steady on my feet, or like my balance needs some work, I've got the chairs there to balance as well. Okay, so same thing, a rep on each side counts as 1 repetition, and we're counting each rep that we do over that 2-minute period. Then a 30-second rest, and then we repeat the whole process. So we go through 2 rounds, just like both other divisions. Go to your pace, guys. Enjoy. Remember to keep a tally of the scores that you do for today's workout. Jump in, like this video, and we would love for you guys to comment on what your favorite movement so far has been out of all of the workouts that you've done. If you've done a couple of the workouts, then let us know below. And there will be a link as well to our online community for our Facebook community. So if you're not already involved and you'd like to be involved, we're obviously giving out free workouts. We're doing a lot of nutrition help and advice there. So jump in, join the group. We'd love to have you on board. Thanks guys, we'll see you in the next video.